if FNATIC have prepped. It's probably not for the cookie cutter comp. Already though, solid start. Kiko aggressively alongside Yumpy. The tag team just shutting down FNATIC. Boaster trying to cling to life, even a chance for a reload, and Boaster does well. It's now left on to Leo, and he can't quite hit the shots.
Yeah, I mean, starting it out, Enzo will grab one with the Ares. Not my favorite weapon, not one that finds a lot of success when it is picked up, but especially not in open combat. It's a good start. The smoke certainly helped them, but 35 seconds, still plenty of time for FNATIC to get into this site. Danger Man could be nuts if he's left unchecked. That wallbang from Leo is clean. And Mystic's being spotted on the site. 25 seconds. They've got to up the pace and make their way through. Leo's thinking about spamming. And good damage done. Nats on 26, still good for one in the back. The cage up, he won't be able to get the weapon. Even the risk of further spams too much. 2v3. From this point forward, damage is the name of the game, and Leo's getting a little more damage through the wall. He's owning it up with the Odin.
It's unfortunate for the opposing side, but he's basically managed to clean up the round. Yumpy has retreated at Rifle. We saw him have a pop-off game in their necessary victory versus Gentlemates. Might even get to see his chamber a little bit later on, but needs quite a lot here. First kill does go his way, making things ever so costly, but the double peek from FNATIC is sublime.
Likely will come down to a retake. The question is, how much damage can Nats and Enzo get done? How easy can they make that retake for their teammates? Already going well with one, with two, in fact. Enzo wall banging them with the Odin, and Nats takes his time to swing. It's all on Durka. 75 HP, 10 seconds, and the spike down in the open. He is out of here, but he's not out scot-free. Look who's coming to say hello. Kiko, his steps might have been heard. Durka's ready, but not good enough to take the fight. Close by and ready to help out on this fight. Mystic doesn't seem to need help, but he's got it anyways. Nats on the scene as Mystic cleans up house, and Yampy's advanced position pays off tenfold. Nothing left but Leo again.
Yeah, and they invested a Hunter's Fury, seemingly a little bit late. It looked like they were trying to make contact and then have that as a disruptive tool, but it really wasn't. They basically lost the round before it was even utilized. You had two players just hoping to try and take some of those fights, and Liquid were so prepared for that aggression. A couple of players watching. Yumpy's even going to be there to close out the round and
moved forward, but that won't be catching them by surprise, and the shot landed by Leo. There it is. He might not have killed the Opera last round, but he starts this one out the same. Like I said, lowest first deaths. I don't know why you tried to face him early in the round.
That's definitely the plan. One of the first times we've seen FNATIC with an early advantage, and while Liquid are not just going to sit back and wait. Timing here is going to be everything. The steps have been heard. Nat's still going to get one. Yumpy's still trying to swing, but Dirk is already going to be past the angle. Enzo, though, he's been unstoppable at the back of this site, spamming away. He gets himself a kill in a second as well. The Odin Master at work, and well, he's got support as well, leaving it all onto Critical, and he just can't stop him.
Pressure's on, but not for Kiko. He's gone running in to take this fight, and the reveal is perfect.
Oh, the reveal in combination with Hunter's Fury. Everything working for Liquid. A setup we've seen before, but a lot of the time doesn't have that same level of success. Getting those two openers. Everything FNATIC is attempting is being shut down almost immediately, and again, they have to try and find a response. It's been a quiet start to this game for Althea. Not someone who goes missing for too long, but they really need somebody to step up here, and I don't think he's winning this fight. No, Yumpy just isn't missing.
There's no stopping them. You spoke about confidence. Well, it very much is at an all-time high with that play. I like Leo's position, though. Oh, such a cerebral player. He's letting the first pass swinging in to catch the element of surprise. And that's just a stinger. The things this man can do. He's the last man standing. And he won't stand for much longer. Of course, it's the Odin to come in and close it out. But still a minute on the clock. The problem is FNATIC don't have control anywhere else. They're being flanked. They know that that's a possibility, so they just decide to fight forward. Great success with Chronicle finding that, and they know exactly where Yumpy is. What's the decision? They can take things towards A if they want, run the risk of only going into one more man, and at the end of the day, Enzo has been there a couple times, but he was spotted spraying early on short. They'll isolate Yumpy. That's the idea, and they've caught Enzo on the flank. It looks like everything's gone according to plan. Just sitting down and waiting for them to push on in. Being proactive at little bits of the map. Around Jenny, lot of danger with that spam going through. There he is, down and dropped. Knives out of the game. Durka still nestled in on that corner, but Mystic manages to uproot him. Okay, the advantage no longer in play for them, and that spam leaves Alpha on 6 HP. A good start to this retake already for Liquid.
A single kill for Chronicle. We'll give him the null command. Information can be garnered by Nats as well, having that neural theft available, but for now it looks like it's going to be into those firefights. Enzo kind of waiting for someone to make a mistake. He needs his teammates to take some space, and well, that might be one. They're not aware of the position of Nats already, and he's going to drop a second. Leo, a lot of the time, has had no help. He's got to try and do it all on his own. Try and clutch this one up, and they're just defusing. The second shot connected. He's going to go running, and finally Leo has his clutch.
They are miles away, playing their post plants, and a late lurk up through middle. If this takes Liquid too long to get in, they could be in a lot of trouble. I like the dash out of Kiko. I like the wall bang out of Enzo, straight down onto Boaster, but here's the element they might not be ready for. The reveal shows a couple of them alpha. Now has to try to capitalize on this. He's got Chronicle with him, and both are shut down! Yumpy, alone! And that's how it's gonna end.
For the side of FNATIC, multiple flashes, Chronicle and Boaster. They've got what they need to try and make a play back into the site. But even still, this is not going to be easy. Chronicle with the first. Yumpy, again, I don't know how he gets anything from these positions. Trade back from Mystic does well, but still the advantage sits with FNATIC. Onto the defuse they go. Enzo going to try and slow them down, but those counter flashes making it awkward. They're not currently defusing, and now Enzo has it all to do. Looking to try and clutch out, and it will not happen for FNATIC. If they close this round out especially, which, well, you're going to have Nats needing to go nuclear. It might be a bit of a surprise, though, somebody even having a rifle, and yeah, Boaster has met that surprise. Unfortunately, Nats has already met his demise at the hands of Alpha, and now leaves it all onto Mystic. He's going to try some tricks, but that dart has kind of taken the magic away. They're going to get to hold on to quite a lot of ground. It's more so how many can Chronicle take. The answer's already one, the second not quite going in his favor, and they have managed to isolate one of the battles at least. Dirk already going down. Nats waiting on the corner. Alpha rounds it and wins the fight this time. Puts it back into an even scenario with Boaster still holding onto that ground. Kiko desperately low on HP, but he's got Mystic alongside him. And now it's down to Leo again, and not this time.
A rifle for round 3. Once rifles come back out, they're looking a little bit better. Up until now, beautiful disruptive play from Alpha Yer. Spike on the floor, and Yumpy almost irretrievable at this point.
But yeah, the worst thing is the ult was actually cancelled by the KO ult. Nice bait though. They've actually managed to trade that out quite evenly. Now they've got to be careful of Enzo's gun, and actually Leo goes diving through. High amounts of risk, little reward from the FNATIC side. They've gone from having an advantage to, well, an evening up, and never mind. Just like that, it's a flip of a coin, as now a couple of players go down on the other side.
Mystic's hearing those steps, but they know that TP was used close. It was heard. He's just about dodged Boaster and knife out. It's the freest kill of Mystic slicing. He's down to 32. It's at least a headshot that drops him in the end, so it's all onto Enzo. Shock Dart gone up straight in the air. It's going to be bouncing around for a little bit. He's trying to make them think that he's moved position towards main. He's buying time, but no. Here he is instead. The Odin doesn't find the first fight, but it snipes Durka out of the air. All left on the Chronicle. He'll be revealed in a moment, but safe behind the generator. Force the troops. Not only that, but you've got Boaster here on the angle and Durka up close, ready to fight. He'll only get the one, but he's got plenty of teammates to fill the gaps. And 40 seconds on the clock. Okay, Boaster down for one, but that's good enough. FNATIC just need to stagger this aggression.
Yeah, and this is where, if they want to, they still have that lockdown available. It's so risky from Chronicle. Almost ending it punished in a scenario. I said they didn't need to. They have that lockdown. They can force players out of the site. Mystic is going to have to retreat and just play this one in post. Both players, in fact, going all the way back to the corner spot. And there we go. Wow, it's a good thing he did hold on to that nade. Now they can create some really awkward scenarios, just sticking this one through all the way, leaving it down to just Nats on 29, and he just has to save the gun.
Big piece of utility. Now they look to the site itself. They just need to uproot these players, and Boaster's quick to be dealt with. Chronicle up top to flank from Alpha Yer, completely unchecked. Backs were turned, but he's almost the only one to do damage. Another kill coming through on the Yumpy, but it's just not enough. At least for not for most players to clutch it out. But Durka, well, he didn't buy a lot, and he invested a Blade Storm. He's going to have his best shot at this one. Still a dash, still an updraft to work with, and both Cloud Bursts. The real problem is going to be dealing with these players, and you can see why right away he's taken out of the sky. Lots of players spotted by that drone. Looks like the info's there for FNATIC.
Oh! Dark has just jumped right in behind Nats. That's already going to be the lurk gone. Now things definitely become tougher. Two players still here. Leo not missing a beat. they've got to try and clear the man from the back lines. Yumpy has managed to do just that, and Chronicle caught out. Basically goes facing on his lonesome, and speaking of on his lonesome,
30 seconds left.
the spike is alone, but they can start rotating back in the other direction. Mystic looking to try and hold the line, stop them from chasing this man down, trying his best to TP out of there, but it's actually going to be the Judge at range that does the damage. And now, the ice-cold Finn, Yumpy, left to try and clutch this one out, a 1v3 scenario to try and put the 12 for Liquid.
He took a step forward towards Generator. They think he's further back on the site. The recon even revealed no further push. It's all down to timing. Flashes perfect. It's caught them. He'll equalize it down a bit better. No, even in the 1v1.
Calm that there's someone there. Maybe not. Durka gets that one almost for free. It didn't seem like Yumpy was aware that there could be anyone in that position at all. And that's a huge mistake for the side of Liquid that he's been able to get out of there with no problems whatsoever. 40 seconds left on the clock, and with everybody backing up, I wonder if Liquid have genuinely decided to save. And honestly, I'm all for it. Like, putting your economy in the bin.
Okay. A man that does well under pressure. Already answers up for the first. The knife through, catching Durka, but he's already out. A dash is being used. He's on the site, ready to take another fight. The jump peak, not quite gonna catch him. Wrapping around the Jennies, heard those steps, playing it so well. What a play! Durka's got 3. He's taken the round into his own hands. Mystic on 11 health. The last bastion for Team Liquid, and well, the same call as last time. Perhaps you want to go and save, but there's no choice to be had. You have to fight for that weapon, and that's not a fight that they will win. Caught these players off guard. FNATIC are still here, still waiting, and Kiko is dropped immediately. Alpha's not stopping either.
It's been a slow start for so many members of FNATIC, but when they need it most, everyone seems to arrive. 3 remaining for Liquid to cling on a map they look like they had their grasp on. They had a holdover for the majority of that first half, and Durka, he's going to try and maybe go for a wallbang. It's not even needed. Leo's just too quick. He's been fantastic throughout the entirety of the map. He kept them in it. And it would be fitting if he was there to close it. The fact is, Yumpy will face anyone, and it may not matter. He is going down. There are 5 FNATIC players waiting to finish this man off, and eventually it's Durka to do the job. And Andaluthia flawless, and a flawless defensive side from FNATIC can do, and they are pushing right into him. He's on the angle, waiting, even going to be shooting at the turret, but he's only going to get the 1. Kiko's able to trade, but more importantly, he's able to get his health right back up to maximum.
The wall used deep as well. It's going to narrow down these fights to just 1 laneway so the whole team can focus up. Nats has managed to slip past, but only good for the 1 despite damage onto Chronicle. Yumpy doesn't have a way back in. I mean that quite literally. There's a wall blocking him. So from this point, it is going to be a slow round as he either waits for that ice to melt.
In 7 seconds, he can try and TP back on top of it.
Oh, wow. That would be helpful here.
It would be an almost instant death, but it would be entertaining. The thing is, though, he's not even going to get past the first hurdle, which was Boaster. Removing all of that Vipe utility is huge, and Kiko has done exactly the same on the other side of the map. It's a little awkward, but he'll escape with his life.
Yeah, the Outlaw's got a shot off on him, though.
Do something a little bit audacious. It seems like Durka might do the opposite. Straight through the smoke. Enzo caught off guard. The spray's decent, but Kiko's still surviving, and now can actually heal himself up for a second time.
Plan's coming through, but the swing is as well. Yeah, the confidence for FNATIC is certainly there, but it's left Leo in a 1v3, a familiar situation. One that he's won before, and now he's just a pixel away from spotting where Yumpy is. Trying to root out that final player. Another tap. He's got him. He knows he's up close. Great read from Leo. 6 seconds. Another tap. But this time, the read is there. He's going to try to kill it. He has to find the elimination. There's no time anymore, and he will not root Nats from his position. From the ire of Yumpy in this round, he's got a challenge up close, but Alpha, full HP, now a little bit lower, but that wall was thick enough to keep him alive, and he follows up with another. Sure, Nats gets him in the end. The slow ward made it impossible for him to leave the snake bite, but that only equalizes numbers. And for FNATIC, that's perfect, because this map, they know there's players towards the B site, and the rotations have probably come in. So they'll spread the net out and look for where the gap currently resides. In fact, they'll spread out, walk back, and then set up for a B retake. They want to have Team Liquid either rotate passively through the spawn or get aggressive. It's a little bit of both with Mystic behind yellow. If he's not spotted, this could be dangerous.
Dodge the dart.
Does he get
And
curious?
that might actually start pulling players away from this side of the map. You can see
30
Kiko
seconds
starting to
left.
clear out the kitchen. Do they actually check towards yellow? That's the main thing. Timing is not good for Enzo. He's going to get dropped, but Mystic is still here. Tag low on HP. They don't know where Kiko is, but they do know where Mystic is, but he lands the shot anyway. A huge round from him.
Damage done to Alpha and Chronicle. With the lockdown in play now with no Hunter's Fury to counter. Looks like they're fighting instead. Kiko's already grabbed one up close to double up on Nats's, and it doesn't look like he's stopping. Going forward to try to destroy this lockdown. He almost didn't do it, but just about gets out of there with another kill, a lockdown destroyed, and a man advantage for the side of Liquid. These players, though, are knocking on their door, looking to take this fight very quickly, and if they swing onto Leo, the chance for Boaster to catch something around the side is there. He's even found Kiko a beautiful
30
one-way.
seconds left.
With the Viper's Pit available, it might not be a bad idea to put it in.
Yeah, the thing is, Leo's a little bit further behind. I think he's waiting for maybe a little bit of extra cover before that ultimate is used. Needs the spike to get over as well. And timing's going to be everything. Yumpy's just missed it. Looked away at the wrong moment. The dart's good. And they still haven't got the plant in. Leo hits the shot. 2 HP, and this time Enzo does peek. They're going to put some util in to try and disrupt him, but Dirk has found him. Fin on Fin. And Dirk is going to go for a little bit more, but he's not found anything. Hunter's Fury also utilized. I don't know if the call's been there for Nats, but he's going to try and make a play off of it, and the rest of FNATIC are waiting. Kiko, though, that flank comes in quick. Puts things back into a 2v2, and bear in mind, Alpha is on his last legs.
That was very important for Kiko, sitting around that whole time, waiting for the turret to go offline. Eventually, Alpha stepped out of range. Now he's low on HP, but finding a spot in the corner on the bottom of sight. A trap being set with one player baiting them in, and Kiko caught with knife out. It's all onto Enzo, and he has to fight through a Viper's Pit to get this done, even being watched by a turret. Shock dart is good! It didn't catch him. It didn't catch him. It must have went just past Alpha. In fact, it looked like it was going to hit him in the legs. Perhaps it went straight through. Reveal up close, not going to do anything for him.
They've gone.
And as Enzo goes running through, and both haven't gone, Tom. Only one. Alpha still sat behind, and as the pit fades, corner for the last minute has kept him alive, and he might even have massive impact in the late round. Turret was taken back. Kiko shouldn't be aware of this position, and Alpha gets the jump on him. Shut down at least, and Yumpy will retrieve a weapon. Okay, there's an opportunity.
Oh, what?
There was an opportunity. It just got snatched out of their hands. Crazy peek from Durka. They're ready for Yumpy. They know that this push can be coming up behind. They're watching it like hawks. Chronicle, good for the one. The second player, though, might not be expected. Doubling up has its value. And Mystic, he's creeping through, finding one, finding two, and now leaving it all on the Boaster. Spotted on the corner and taken down!
At this stage for FNATIC, it's only going to be if they can get themselves into the late round. They've got to be careful of the flank. This time, though, Yumpy had no exit plan. It's more so a chance to set up Nats, and he's done so much damage already.
Maybe picking up Chronicle through the wall. Double flank underway. They're not ready for either. It was Alpha who was picked off first in this round, so that turret not online. It's a clear message being sent to Kiko and Mystic. But with Nats down and Enzo too, it's only the flankers that remain. Weaker weapons, sure, and Poster falls quickly, but Leo still to be dealt with 7 HP. Not quite enough to tank that first shot.
Information, and so now they have themselves every player bar that one on this side of the map. Enzo up above, not going to be expected. An easy pick even with the res, but the trade's coming back. FNATIC are making these fights close at least.
Ambitious to make that play. Oh my god, Kiko's gotten past the turret again. He is in the absolute perfect position. They're going to be banging their heads against the wall if they end up back turned to this man again. Oh, but he whiffs! None of the shots connect this time. Finally, FNATIC are able to deal with that flank, although you can't help but think kind of fell out of their hands whether they did or not. Enzo's here, Odin in play, 16 seconds. They just need to stop the spike from being planted, but that's a pretty big ask. Wall goes in. So too will the spam in return. Oh, just about breaking it open, but Chronicle manages to get away with it. 30 HP is enough. With Nats down, this round is looking done and dusted. The credits in the bin a little bit. You might consider the save if he can get out of here. And it's not just about crossing back to the spawn. There's also a gap that's being watched down below, and Alpha delivers the final blow, 7-4. He's going up. There's a small gap there to get back out if he can reach it, but there's a player up top. Good connection, no way out. Just the one to be found. B-site that little more open. And the Hunter's Fury finding not a whole lot. Healing back up any players tagged, and the spike now sets its side. on the sites. This is where it can be dangerous. Viper's Pit's about to be online with this plant. That's why you see Boaster going for it. And a Viper's Pit with this advantage is going to be near impossible to get back through.
Well, they're going to try and get in quickly. Mystic's been good, but he can't do anything versus that Viper utility. An attempt to wrap around. Kiko has a way in and a way out. That's the only real benefit he can find in this scenario, but he's all left alone and Alfred's there to close it out. Solid half for Liquid. To put the context of the orgs, Liquid, FNATIC, expectations are always high. Not making it to 2 events will be huge, and Alpha's already kicked it off with a bang. Kiko, one of the heroes of the first half, is already gone. From a util perspective, it won't be the end of the world. They can play in those post plants, but well, in fact, all they've got left is shock darts.
So those advantages, someone needs a pick on the way through. The aggressive positions for Liquid. Problem is, Yampi can TP out, and you'll have Mystic very much isolated. He has to be the one to find a lot of damage. Yampi, no TP. Instead, he's taken out by the shock dart. Set to another dimension. Shots landing for Nats, but it might not be enough. There's just too many players.
2 outlaws.
Alpha, I thought he'd be in danger, but somehow he's able to take the first kill. A clean shot onto Yampi. Wasn't the best weapon for the fight. Oh, Kiko, you've got to be careful. He thought they'd be a little further back, but FNATIC's aggression and how quickly they fill in these positions catches them off guard. Team Liquid, 2 versus 4. This has been a devastating start to the round with a plant not even secured at this point and difficult to secure with Durka hot on their tails. They have to find some kills. Mystic does well to find the first, but even then, with him being low and the self-heal not bringing him back to 100, you have to hope Nats is able to get massive value from this position.
Toxins going up.
Definitely not going to be easy. This is the man you're looking at, but again, Outlaw waiting on the angle. The Boaster's already going to connect. Mystic's been good, but as you said, those heals aren't what they used to be.
Longer, but they know that lockdown's likely to come through. Kiko not backing off, though, as we said before. He's going to look for a kill, the dismiss, or perhaps even the destruction of that ulti. It doesn't come through. Nats on his lineup, fires through a snake bite, waits for the pulse, and now here comes the second. Looking to delay that diffuse, but Alpha's taking space, being proactive. Only the one to be found. Shock dart in, finds nothing. Yampi now goes through for his turn and misses the shot. The numbers staying in favor of FNATIC with Nats, the last man standing, and all 3 taken down by Durka. At least a couple rifles, and it could work out if they manage to get the Viper's Pit in play. Nice shot by Yampi, great shot by Kiko, and the B side is being taken. The late play by Nats even, it looks like he just managed to slip through. They think he backed off. At least the body language tells you that. But Nats thread the needle somehow. I mean, they're looking at Enzo. Maybe they think that's the guy they saw moments ago. The plant is coming in. So much is happening. It's distracting the players, and that's when Nats gets a free kill onto Chronicle. With back turned, this delays Leo's rotation back to the site. I mean, at least I thought it would. But he's dropping Nats. Now a 2v4, winnable with low HP on Enzo and Kiko.
Yeah, you can already see the wrap back around though. Mystic's going to try and basically reclaim the ground that was lost when Nats fell. There would need to be some pretty crazy shots connected. Not bad from Alpha though. He's at least going to get himself one. But for Leo, there's not really anything to be had. It looks like Mystic's trying to hunt him down on the other side of the map, and in the meantime, Leo has other ideas. His goal is to try and make this round as costly as possible. Nobody realizing that he's still around this corner, but it's only going to be the one. Snake in the grass, the rat in the backlines. Nice shot for one, but there he is. Pounces at the final second to give them that afterplant. You can see Enzo's trying to make sure nobody can get in to deny it. A 3-man flank would definitely be a surprise, though.
Yeah, I mean, Boaster already walked into the trap. They know one is behind, but that's the extent of your information. But look at the position of Nats. He's cleared it out. He's calling to the troops. There's no one in the spawn. They have to be somewhere else. And, well, Alpha, he might get the element of surprise, but he was spotted. Kiko dropped. 1 versus 2. There's no way he's going to give this one up. Not a 10-8. The angle held by Yampi, though, is too strong.
The initial angle, Mystic is not going to go for the peak, almost just baits in his opponent for Nats to take that fight. Now FNATIC are nowhere near the action.
But they have managed to isolate a player. Enzo's caught in the cross back. Alpha's position is not good enough. Beautiful shot onto the head of Alpha Yair, but Mystic tagged up. They try to push forward to capitalize, but Yampi's there, waiting, taking the kill, dropping one, and Kiko's flank comes through at just the right moment. 4v1 on the back of it. 66 HP for Durka. He can be a demon, but not up against Liquid.
Defense to help out a little bit. What is that? And Durka just through the edge has managed to find himself 2 kills immediately.
I mean, I'm gonna need to see that in a replay. That was quick as can be. And he's still roaming around, knives in hand. He might be 1 down, but 4 still to go, looking for the refresh. First shot doesn't land. Cloudburst deep allows the swing up close, damage done. And here comes the stinger. What a bite it will have up against 50 HP. Mystic tries to create some space. Get back that little bit further, but Yampi, oh, he's going to be in trouble. If this wall does get broken open, that's another angle for him to consider. Considers it well and even lands the headhunter. 1 versus 2. Spike to be planted. He needs to choose his position carefully. Look at Alpha here. The flank is coming in, and he has no idea. Spike planted, round ended. Hoping to open up space for Nats to make it through on the lurk. Has to be careful, because all the while Alpha's turret is watching for that aggression. Now Alpha's turret down. This opens up the door for Nats to quicken his pace, to make it through this window, to catch an angle. He's doing damage, dropping Durka, and the push from Mystic at the exact same time. It's gorgeous. And, well, Kiko might not be in the best of positions.
There's 2 detained players. Boaster hasn't seen any of them.
I mean, look, he's probably not winning the round.
There we go.
Even if he dropped both, I think he would have just stuck around to get deleted. And even that first kill ends up being enough to ready and waiting to go. Flash up and over. Kiko's caught one. Good angle. Remember, most of these players have weaker weapons. That was only a pistol he dropped, I believe. There's a rifle on the floor. 2 more Bulldogs and a Frenzy. The Frenzy up close, catching Yampi completely unaware. Even still, how much more can you expect from Boaster? Nothing, realistically. Even needs to reload that Frenzy. Dropped on from behind. Actually isolates another kill. You got to applaud him.
Alfia's position definitely makes me nervous. Up from above,
Broke
that
the wall.
has not gone great. That is a freebie kill. And more importantly, Mystic's gone down at the same time. It was a risk taken to get Yampi back in. And it is a risk they may pay for.
The wall was too shallow. Someone has to recover this now. No res is online. Nobody brought back from the dead. Instead, they've got to eliminate some FNATIC players. That's is beautiful. Able to slip under the site. But there's still 1 player. And he doesn't know about Durka. Doesn't know where he's gone. Ring a Rosie once again, but this time it's Durka that gets ahead of it. Catching Nats, shutting down the option to plant. Now you rely on Kiko, catching them off guard. Catches Leo with an arrow in hand, can't make it out past the turret. Time delayed, 14 seconds, time for a plant. Enzo sneaks through at just the right moment, and a plant can now be secured. They've got the site control, and with Kiko still looking for more damage, it was looking doable. Enzo even has a Hunter's Fury, but the chances to use it are going to be limited. Both players spotted. The information there to play with at least. The lock-in of map 3, he just has to find Boaster and Alpha. Yeah, but the first shuts him down. They haven't managed to root him out of this position or even spot him, I believe. The element of surprise certainly there. The shoulder not fired on by Yampi. He's patient and he gets his reward. Now wrapped on, sprayed at, and Enzo returning fire, picks up 1. The flank eventually comes in and Alpha's able to drop 2. But Yampi is still in position. They can't afford to give any more players to that operator. The rotation is called. And FNATIC make their way towards the A site, but look at Team Liquid. They're miles ahead of them, already wrapping into this position. The only question is if the flank from Alpha can find the value that we can see. It's just about to. What a shot on the nets! Great correction, but Enzo can drop this spike on the way through. He has to take the kill. No way that they managed to plant this all the way, and there it is, a shock dart. Boaster was in a little bit of danger if he went out wider. Flank around by Nats being watched. Boaster ready for it, you would think, but Nats is that little better this time. A double kill from him. Kiko grabbing 1 up behind A and the triple to close it. 14-12.
4 game. And look at the position already. It's nasty from Durka. Kiko's got the entry, but he doesn't even know there's a man lurking behind. It's going to be 3 for Durka. A huge way to start this off, but already this pistol round is over. Towards C.
Oh, they're going fast, but Durka spotted that. Showstopper used to catch 1. Chronicle trying to fall back, delay, and the snakebite will do exactly that. There's no way through for this attacking side. Damage has been done to Nats as well. They have to rely on another site. On the A site, moving towards Boaster as he sits down inside a tree, Odin in hand. It's a tough position without teammates covering your
30
cross.
seconds
At
left.
this point, he's hoping that they walk up and he can catch them, but he knows the door will be open as steps come ever closer. Now playing behind the smoke instead. Remember, the benefit of this weapon is that you can spam. The downside is those bullets are very, very clearly visible. Leo does well, dropping the one, delaying further, and even getting Enzo. There's no way now.
10
When that's on
seconds
20 HP, both players defined 8 seconds to do it. Looks like saving the weapon is the only remaining call to be made. Blast packs to be used as he makes his way through. Nade still in back pocket, being lined up now with a seize from Leo. The Snade in, no targets dropped, and Yumpy even finds space in the midst of it all, but he spammed down. Great reveal from Leo. Up top though, Mystic able to get so much done, but he can't get out on time. Even then, he would have been down below in an easy trade.
That's one of the rifles. They've only got one left.
They've got 2 big guns to replace it though, Tom, so I wouldn't be worried. Make that one with Boaster going down. Operator on Durka can be the second for us this time, but he didn't see Mystic sitting up on top of the box. He's been a menace with those shrouded steps, and they have sometimes been shrouded. What is that? I just dropped that point entirely. Alpha didn't even bother scoping in. But look, what more can you do from this point? We talked about the wall bang ability of this site, and it most certainly is there, but you have to root these players out of their positions, which does not seem doable. The spam finding next to nothing, bit of damage, Kiko low, but that's where it stops. Team Liquid finally put a round on the board, and like I've never seen before. Not rewarded this time. In fact, it draws them into a fight that, okay, all according to plan. Durka wall bangs Nats, but Nats grabbed the kills. Kept it equal. Team Liquid have a plant to now be found with a post-plant Odin for Enzo.
Spike planted.
Careful. Oh, it's just gonna be the swing. They're playing with such unbelievable confidence, and now it's left on to Durka with an Odin. That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd be saying in a retake scenario. He's gonna find that first kill though. Odin versus Odin, but he's got a showstopper to boot. Trying to work out where this player is gonna be fighting from. Enzo's gonna reveal it with the drone. Gives away exactly where his opponent is. The nade already being thrown in. That showstopper is still available, but I think he's a little bit more wary about popping it and going down, and instead, Durka's gonna take that fight.
To burst through this open door, this door that might even have been opened by their own Odin spraying through. And that's the swing we're talking about. Little double kill for Chronicle, and now they're worried about Leo. Running out of ammo, the nade's gonna be used, and Kiko has to try the reload. At least you'd imagine showstopper used, and it's right on Kiko's feet.
Well, it would have to be a clutch for the ages, and it isn't going to be. To get to the playoffs in the first place, I'd say their odds are slightly higher. Kiko leading the charge, but already locked down in play, and they have not spotted out Chronicle. He is still just standing into the ground. That is absurd. Every single kill put in front of him is dropped. Well, they know where Enzo is. He's just decided to use himself a drone. Information and denying them space. A decent fight, though. And this time, Kiko gets both openers.
It might be a return from a blinded up Leo, at least blocked off by the smoke. How much more can be expected? Mystic's TPs have been dangerous, and he comes out just as the door is closing, but they're ready, they're watching it. Still dealing with him seems to be a different thing entirely. Leo eventually gets there. 2 versus 3. Viper's pit online. Chronicle's position is beautiful. The drone at the wrong time again. Enzo's caught, and the numbers now favor the defenders. They're on their way to start this defuse, and there's no utility to be put in by Liquid. The Viper's pit now active, and that's going to give them the cover they need to stick this. At least that's the thought from Liquid. Kiko needs to be quick to check that they're not defusing it all the way. A tap again, draws Yumpy into the open, and Leo puts him in his grave.
So far, they've had nothing.
Oh, Kiko, this is a great play. I mean, that is as ambitious as they come. Straight into B after one player spotted, and you assume that's the only one. Well, FNATIC have got you there. Hook, line, and sinker. TP into spawn, spotted, no chance to commit it. The Team Liquid are stuck outside of a site that they have no access to. I don't know where they're going to take it, but I think I know the result no matter what. Okay. Durka is dropped, but look at the damage in return. It's still a very difficult round to find any legs to stand on in.
He's gone right back to where he was before. Paranoia still held right until the late round. Nice shot from Mystic at least, but he's going to need 1 or 2 more of those. Let's at least spot out Boaster. If they can isolate him, maybe they have a chance.
Oh, they have done just that, but look at the HP, Tom. A swift breeze will knock them down at this point. In the last round, there's no need to take risks. they'll stick this one together. A turret put down that could have eliminated Enzo. Just half a second more. The spike tapped Enzo's steps should be enough. At this point with the off angle for Chronicle, a wild spray through the smoke. Survival in the group stages. Now they find themselves doing that yet again.
All right.
Team Liquid off to a good start in this pistol with a quick double. If he goes down here, good stun by Yumpy. Slows them slightly, but the door takes so long to open. He's still going to be in position, able to catch a headshot, but not the kill. Leo down to 20.
Seconds left.
Would be his 5th death of the game so far.
Oh, it's not going to be the connected shots, and Enzo should have secured this round. 20 seconds left for Boaster. He's actually just going to claim the orb. Almost manages to take out Mystic, but it's a big round for him.
The sights are set on A, and Enzo and Kiko need to hold strong.
Already?
All right.
The Ares has managed to start things off well. He's going to have to pull off something we may never have seen before. With the Ares doing so much work, Leo, though, still finds a trade. But the advantage is firmly stuck with Liquid, and Enzo is still standing. Nat's there to support him. And at this stage, Chronicle just has to hope to try and hold on to the gun. We'll be able to take one with him, but getting away is not going to be easy.
Good start, and now the push up with the Odin alongside Kiko. This is a very dangerous play! Not with Kiko! Popping heads! Oh my goodness! I thought, numbers advantage, even with the weaker weapons, you can get something done.
Off the back of that Nightfall. Not going to be ideal, an opportunity, but not taken. A quick response from Boaster. However, Kiko is still landing the shots. Does he expect the player on the close position? He half checks it. Doesn't expect Alfia to be there. And now it's left all onto Yumpy. He's pulled off miracles from this position before. But both players having a decent idea of where he is. Boaster actually just going to exit the site. Give him an opportunity to reload, and that time is ticking so desperately low. Yumpy needs to get a move on. He's going to take the fight versus Leo, and it's lost. Mist still there.
But they knew about it.
Got it.
They pinged it the whole time. They're ready for it to pop back up one more time. Nice shot onto Yumpy. Enzo's on his way in. Big gun in hand, and not good for one. In fact, it's Nats to pick that up. But now he's forced backwards. The delay of this lockdown is going to give a lot of time into the hands of FNATIC, and with that pick on Mystic, isolating duels, they know exactly where Nats is. It looks like the chances have run dry. The side of FNATIC have locked themselves in for a further playoffs journey, eliminating Liquid. The Kings draw at least another breath.